Good morning and welcome to the channel on this Monday the 15th of June 2026. Well, has Donald Trump played his Trump card? I'm not quite so sure. They say that they're going to sign this next Friday in Switzerland, but it is only then that the actual details of the Memorandum of Understanding will be released. At least that is what I've heard from the Iranian side. So the question I ask is, what happens now with Netanyahu? Because he is not taking this lying down. Part of the agreement is, will Israel stop its Lebanon operations on? And if they don't, then will the deal go through? Israel has rejected US-Iran peace deal provisions that would restrict its operations in Lebanon. Netanyahu has told Trump Israel is not bound by any Lebanon-related clause. And senior Israeli officials say any demand limiting Israel's freedom to strike Hezbollah is a red line. Israel insists it will maintain military control over security zones in Lebanon despite international pressure. So the bottom line is, Israel is acting on its own strategic priorities and has repeatedly signalled it will not stop in operations simply because Trump wants de-escalation. Right, so they might sign this Memorandum of Understanding, but whether it actually fulfills the provisions of it, I'm not quite sure, especially as we don't know what they are. So the other thing that is, how close is peace in the Russia-Ukraine war? Well, it's still a long way away, to be honest with you. And why? Well, Russia demands recognition of all occupied territories as Russian, plus Ukrainian withdrawal from areas Russia has not captured. These are conditions Ukraine will not and cannot accept. Ukraine is willing to halt fighting along current lines, but refuses to cede territory or withdraw from areas still under its control. And who could blame them for doing that? Who is going to give away territory that hasn't been captured? So the bottom line in Ukraine is that even though negotiations are more active than in previous years, the territorial gap is so large that a near-term peace deal is highly unlikely. So overall conclusion, Russia-Ukraine, peace is not imminent. Talks are active but blocked by irreconcilable territorial demands. Israel-Lebanon, Israel is not following Trump's wishes. It is continuing operations and openly rejecting US pressure. So, maybe Trump hasn't played his Trump card. It will be extremely difficult in the long term for Israel to continue its war because they will need the backing of the United States. But whether they will do it now or later, I don't know. This has been going on for many years, and Iran is trying to ensure that its surrogates in Hezbollah can continue fighting. Well, we shall just have to wait and see. As I say every day, let's see what tomorrow brings. Thank you very much indeed for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.